Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining me. I recently had the pleasure of viewing the newly released feature film F1 starring the esteemed Brad Pitt. What follows is my personal, entirely independent reflection on the film. I would like to kindly emphasize that this review is neither sponsored nor endorsed in any form. The views I share are solely my own and are offered in the spirit of open, respectful and constructive discussion. From the outset, F1 presents itself as a visually remarkable and emotionally engaging cinematic experience. The seamless integration of high-fidelity CGI with real-world Formula One environments, particularly the fictional Apex GP team's presence within actual race footage is genuinely impressive. The technical execution is, in my view, of exceptionally high standard and will likely be appreciated by enthusiasts and casual viewers alike. Narratively, the film carries thematic echoes of prior motorsport dramas. However, it distinguishes itself through a nuanced character arc that sees the protagonist evolve from somewhat self-assured individual into a more collaborative and introspective team player. This transformation is portrayed sensitively and depths, lending the story a grounded and relatable quality. One of the most delightful aspects of the film is the inclusion of familiar figures from the real world Formula One community, commentators, journalists and others whose presence lends the film an additional layer of authenticity. On a personal note, I was pleasantly surprised to recognize individuals with whom I had the privilege of speaking in previous years, particularly during the period of the global lockdown. The film also delicately weaves in a romantic subject, which complements rather than distracts from the core narrative, adding emotional richness without compromising the story's pacing or form or tone. As for the performance, I must compliment Brad Pitt's portrayal, which is both credible and compelling. His commitment to the role is evident, and it is clear that considerable attention was paid to the authenticity of the racing sequences and the emotional integrity of the characters. Upon leaving the cinema, my immediate impression was one of deep satisfaction and admiration. I would very much welcome the opportunity to view the film again, and it is likely that I will do so, whether via streaming services or physical media once available. Now, in terms of comparison to previous motorsport films, Rush inevitably comes to mind. However, I will refrain from offering my definite comparison, as I'm genuinely interested in hearing your thoughts. Is F1 the new benchmark? I invite you to share your reflections in the comments below. In closing, this film receives a wholehearted 10 out of 10 from me. it is an experience best enjoyed on the big screen, and I would highly recommend it to anyone with even a passing interest in Formula 1 or dramatic storytelling in general. And yes, I would be honored should the opportunity ever arise to welcome Mr. Brad Pitt onto the channel for a thoughtful conversation about the film and his experience portraying a character within the high pressure world of Formula 1. While such a prospect may seem ambitious, I believe in the power of aspirations. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to check out the linked playlist if you're interested in exploring more related content after this video. If you enjoyed this review or found it thoughtful, I would be most grateful if you could kindly give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and consider subscribing to the channel for future discussions and reflections. Until next time, take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.